from Glenelg, Walkersville, and Overlea. Meet today on It's Academic. Yes, he said Overlea. Oh, yeah, welcome. And I'm happy to introduce our young teams. I'll tell you that in this first round, they begin with 100 points each. 10 up for a right answer, 10 off for a wrong answer. They don't see the writing on their screens that you do at home. Correct answers begin with the letter F. Number 1, in 1666, this disaster hit London.
Fire.
Fire is right. Next, a fine wire heated to incandescence in a light bulb. Walkersville.
Filament.
That's right. Next, war fought in North America from the 17... All right, Walkersville.
French and Indian.
That's right. And next, the outer bone of the lower... Overlea.
Femur.
No, fibula of the lower human leg, so 10 down. Next, President Wilson's peace program had this number, Walkersville.
14.
14 points is right. Next, from 1939 till 75, he was dictator of Spain, Walkersville.
Franco.
That's right. Next, obstructionist tactics like prolonged speeches, Walkersville.
Filibuster.
That's right. And finally, Edmund Spencer's epic poem, Walkersville.
The Fairy Queen.
That's right. And there's the opening round of It's Academic.
It's Academic. Sponsored by Giant Food. Quality, value, and service. That's Giant, your place to save.
Happy holiday weekend, everybody, and welcome to another first-round match on It's Academic. The fine young high school students from throughout the state of Maryland. Our first stop in Howard County to meet the team from Glenelg. Here first is Edward Hogan. Edward.
Hi, I'm a 16-year-old junior. I'd like to thank our alternates, Hunter, Lance, and Matt.
All right, Edward, and here is your older brother by 1 year, Gerard Hogan. Now, Gerard, I know this is a very classy show, but this is outstanding, your outfit. Please tell me why you're dressed this way.
Well, I'm part of the Glenelg Madrigals, which is a Renaissance group. We sing, like, Renaissance music, basically, and we go around wearing pantyhose and funny clothes.
It's not heavy metal, right?
No.
Gerard, tell me a little about yourself.
I'm a 17-year-old semi-finalist or whatever. I'm a member of math team, chess team, SGA, and captain of our fine cross-country team.
All right, and we'll be seeing the Madrigal Singers later on. And Jean-Marc Henriet.
Hi, I'm an 18-year-old senior from Glenelg, and I'd like to thank our cheerleaders and the sponsor for the Madrigals, Miss Buckle, and the Madrigal group, and also the cheerleaders. I already said that.
Taking your cue from your leader there. All right, man, take a look at the screen. Each correct answer worth 20. Trail a dog. You can sniff out 20, rearrange the letters to name what sort of captain, professional warrior who fought in the arenas of ancient Rome.
Gladiator.
That's right, gladiator. Next definition. Which of these phrases would best identify a precipice?
A steep cliff.
Right, and next. A man of reason. These words subtitle a biography of what American patriot, whose reasonings were set forth in such pamphlets as Common Sense.
Thomas Paine.
That's right, Thomas Paine. Next two-parter. Although these names begin with the letter H, they are applied to natives of what two Midwestern states whose names begin with the letter I?
Iowa and Ohio.
And Indiana. No, so 20 out of 40. Now, what's missing? These are the dimensions that are needed to make something three-dimensional. However, since around 1875, there has been discussion of what fourth dimension?
Time.
Time is right. And finally, the quotation, to his dog, every man is Napoleon. This quotation, which helps explain the popularity of dogs, comes from what 20th century British writer and satirist who wrote Chrome Yellow and Brave New World? Aldous Huxley. So Glenelg 210 after its part of the round. 210. Well, all right. You're going to meet the team now from Walkersville in Frederick County. We had brothers on the team before. Now we have brother and sister. Here first is Ann Black.
Hi, I'm Ann Black. I'm a 15-year-old sophomore at Walkersville High School, and I'm active in drama and academic tournament, and I'd like to thank all three of our fans for coming out to support us.
What's coming up in the drama club, Ann?
Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and we'll hear more about that in just a couple minutes.
All right, from your older brother, Christopher, 2 years older, Christopher Black.
Hi, my name's Christopher Black. I'm a 17-year-old senior. I was a National Merit semi-finalist. I'm president of the French Club, and I'll be appearing in Joseph and His Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
When will it be seen?
December 6th, 7th, and 8th.
All right, and tickets available at Ticketron.
Not quite yet.
Thank you, Christopher. Brandon Hopkins.
My name's Brandon Hopkins. I'm a 16-year-old junior, and I'm a member of the Lit Mag, French Club, Law Club, and Academic Tournament team. And I'd like to thank Mrs. Kate Powell, our former advisor, for coming out here today to root us on.
All right,
and
take a
Mrs. Shesman, our current.
I'm getting
advisor.
the speed-up signal, so take a look at the screen now. Here's ion curve. Might suggest electrically charged atoms, but the letters can be rearranged to name what ancient river. Cross Rubicon is right. Next. The nursery rhyme character Jack Sprat might be characterized as lean, but which of these words would best characterize his overweight wife?
Corpulent.
That's right. Next, this phrase appropriately entitles the biography of what British explorer most famous for uttering the phrase, Dr. Livingstone, I presume?
Stanley.
That's right. And now we have two-parter. These two dates are memorable as the days on which our union added what two states, known respectively as the Grand Canyon State and the Aloha State.
Arizona and Hawaii.
That's right. Now, what's missing? Here you have 3 of the 5 halogen elements. Name one of the 2 missing from this list.
Fluorine.
Or astatine is right. Now, quotation, laws are superior to kings. While this idea is accepted today, in 1701, this statement provoked criticism of what English writer who later examined nature's laws in his novel Robinson Crusoe?
Defoe.
That's right. So you had them all, Walkersville. 300 after your part of the round. Very good. Next, the team from Overlea in Baltimore County. Overlea, Kevin Bourne. Kevin.
Hi, I'm a 16-year-old junior, a member of the Math Club, the Science Club, and National Honor Society. I'd like to thank all our fans and family for coming up and supporting us today, and special thanks to Danielle Weidenhammer from Ridgely Middle School.
All right, and Mark Schneider.
Hi, I'm Mark Schneider. I'm a 16-year-old junior at Overlea High School, and I'd like to thank my family for coming out, and Dr. Rowe, our administrator, who's here today to support us. And I'd also like to thank, last but not least, our coaches, Mr. Colton and Mrs. McCune, for coming out.
You'll be older before you know it, Mark, so stick with that younger age. Erin Kenny.
Hi, I'm a 16-year-old senior, and I'd like to thank the cheerleaders and our alternates for coming today.
All right, Overlea, take a look at the screen. I turn once, look at the anagram once or twice, turn it into the name given to the ancient Roman officer who commanded 100 men. You have that? Centurion. And now, definition. A person who is eloquent would have the most success in which of these activities?
Making a speech.
That's right. Now, Road to Reformation. Very appropriate title for an autobiography of a German religious reformer who stepped up the pace of change when he nailed his 95 Theses on
Martin Luther.
Martin Luther. On July 4th, 1863. Northern victories occurred at both of these battles in what 2 states far removed from one another?
Pennsylvania.
And another one. Mississippi, the other one, so 20 out of 40. Now, what's missing? These are 2 of the 3 most magnetic elements. The third is what metal whose chemical symbol is CO?
Cobalt.
That's right. And finally, the quote, much drinking, little thinking, a little bit of moralizing here from what 18th century English author who talked more of eating in his modest proposal and Gulliver's Travels.
Jonathan Swift.
That's right. So say it is right, Overlea. You have 190. There's the end of the round. All right, a reminder that each year on its academic Giant Food Awards, more than 100 scholarships to help deserving students continue their educations. At the end of our program today, 3 guests from Giant will present the scholarships. And here are the presenters looking good. Monica Sparrow. Thank you, Monica. And here's Monica Missel. And the Vanna White of its academic, she says, that's what she calls herself, Pat Alexander, been on 4 weeks in a row. Thank you, ladies, for being with us. In this first round match, the grants totaled $650, with the winning team school receiving $250, each of the other schools $200. During this school year, grants to schools appearing on its academic will be nearly $60,000, and over the years the Giant has been our sponsor, they have contributed well over $1 million, nearly $1.5 million now, to participating schools. Giant doesn't select the individual scholarship recipients, the schools do that. We're happy to announce that the Giant family will again this year continue its Apples for the Students program. However, this year it's Apples for the Students Plus, Apples for the Students will provide computers, software, sports band and science equipment, math and teaching aids, encyclopedias, audio-visual equipment for participating schools. To obtain a computer or other equipment for your school, be sure to save those green register tapes. And double the value for your school when you submit double credit checkout coupons with those green register tapes. For more information, look for Giant personnel wearing these Apples for the Students buttons. Giant's Apples for the Students to help sharpen your appetite for knowledge this year. Apples for the Students Plus. Now, before we get to the next round, here's that score update. Glenelg in Howard County has 210. Walkersville in Frederick County, the lead at 300. Overlea in Baltimore County, 190. There you are. Here's a completely visual round. 10 up for a right answer, 10 off for a wrong answer in this round. So play the game along with us as we look at number one. In this 1938 news photo, British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain holds aloft the useless peace pledge he obtained from Hitler at their meeting in what largest Walkersville?
Munich.
That's right, in Bavaria. Next, dating from the 1730s, this watercolor shows the harbor of what South Carolina City, later the site of Fort Sumter, Walkersville.
Charleston.
That's right. Next, artist Edward Ardizone did this sketch to illustrate what 1855 novel by Anthony Trollope, a book whose title suggests the chief officer of a prison. Where's that? All right, Overlea.
Warden.
Warden is right. Next, what is the solution to this equation? Who has it? 6, the answer there. And next, over 1,000 years ago, this gold ornament was worn by a wealthy citizen of what country whose modern capital is Bogota? Walkersville.
Columbia.
That's right. Next, during the term of President Benjamin Harrison, a new state was admitted to the U.S. an average of once every 8 months, which means how many states joined the Union during Harrison's 4-year term? Where's that? 6, the answer. And now, choice. Sculptor William Edmondson carved these figures out of what sedimentary rock composed of calcium carbonate? Granite, marble, Walkersville.
Limestone.
Limestone is right, the third one. Nature and time are taking their toll on this ancient figure in the famed shrine at Angkor, located in what Asian country? Who has it? Cambodia or Kampuchea. Now, classified as halite, these large crystals are popularly given Glenelg.
Salt.
Well, rock salt. I need both names there. So that's 10 down. And there's the end of the round. The end of the round. Future It's Academic contestant you saw there in the audience. We have another visual round. It's 10 up for a right answer, 10 off for a wrong answer. But as we did in the first round, there'll be no writing on the screens for our students in the studio while it stays on yours at home. Words that begin with H-A-M. You'll get a chance to ham it up here because all the answers in this round are words beginning with the letters H-A-M. Identify the following. A sickle and this implement were on the Soviet flag. Glenelg.
Hammer.
Hammer is right. Next, the second largest city in Germany. Overlea.
Hamburg.
Hamburg is right. Next, he was vice president during Lincoln's first term. Glenelg. No, Hamlin is the answer there, 10 down. Next, a short-tailed rodent that is a popular Overlea.
Hamster.
Hamster's right. Next, the monitor for...
Oh, no question. I go to the super deal aisle first now. There's something about that aisle. What is it they say? Oh, buy big, save big. Well, everything is really big. Well, I mean, not everything. But I always save big. And you want to know what the best thing about super deals is? They're right in my Giant.
Have you heard? You can earn double credit with Giant's Apples for the Students Plus.
I don't believe it.
No, really. You can get double credit. It's true. And do you know how?
Let me think, let me think.
Well, when you buy selected products at Giant, your school can get double credit with checkout coupons. So what do you think?
It's pretty good.
That's double credit only at Giant.
I should have guessed.
She will fit in my desire and my love required, and ever shall. She's in my dear delight. Come, 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 while I have a heart to desire thee. Come, 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 for either I will love or admire thee.
how about that for a little holiday present? Thanks very much to the Glenelg Madrigal Singers and Gerard Hogan doing double duty as a singer and a contestant. You're dynamite, Gerard. Now I'm going to be introducing the faculty, coaches, and administrators as we give you the score. And we start right there at Glenelg in Howard County. They have a score of 210. We welcome the choral director of the Madrigal Singers, Ms. Nancy Buckle. Congratulations, Ms. Buckle, and their faculty coach, Ms. Patricia Stevenson. Thank you, ladies, for being with us today. The team from Walkersville in Frederick County has the lead, 360. Their faculty coach, Ms. Jennifer Shesman. Thank you, Ms. Shesman, for being with us. The team from Overlea in Baltimore County is in second place now at 240. We welcome their faculty coach, Mr. John Colton, assistant principal, Dr. Karen Rowe, and their co-coach, who used to be the coach at Randallstown. Good to see you again, Ms. Kathleen McCune. Thank you. All right, now in this next round, each correct answer will again be worth 20 points to the team. And you see the lights above the team's scores. Well, if they're on in a row like that, that will indicate 8 questions in a row correctly. Good for 25 extra. Glenelg is up, so Walkersville select Christopher. Which of these now?
3.
3. Very well, Christopher. Edward, Gerard, and Jean-Marc are at bat. And here we are. When Kansas Senator Bob Dole recently referred to Wolf Creek, he met a site in Kansas that is what same sort of power plant as 3 Mile Island, Pennsylvania. Nuclear, right. Although the prophet Jeremiah was not a zoologist, one of the most famous phrases in the biblical book of Jeremiah implies that what large wild feline cannot change its spots.
Leopard.
Leopard is right. The Commitments, a 1991 movie directed by Alan Parker, has the unusual theme of American soul music as it is performed in what capital city? The Irish Republic.
Dublin.
Well, you better get that, Hogan. And now here, on the monitor, perform the multiplication indicated on the monitor.
3.
That's right. The 7-Year Itch was a Broadway hit, but the 9-Year Itch might depict the dining habits of what mythological monster, who at such intervals devoured 14 youths and maidens in his labyrinth?
Minotaur.
That's right. Now, in water, does light travel faster, more slowly, or at the same rate of speed as
Slower.
it does? More slowly, or slower, yeah. Why didn't I say slower? Slower, right. Few convicted prisoners choose their own sentences, but in what story by Edward Everett Hale does Philip Nolan regret he got his wish to never hear of the United States again? Now, that Man Without a Country was that one. In 1944, George Bush's aircraft squadron was stationed aboard an aircraft carrier named for what battle? There's a lot more to that. Do you want to take a shot? No? San Jacinto or San Jacinto, one or the other. So Glenelg, 3:30 after your part of the round. 3:30. Walkersville is up, so Overlea select Mark. Which of these, 1 or 2? Mark, which one?
1.
Very well. Here you are. And Christopher Brandon have the turn. Buried treasure isn't always in out-of-the-way places. In 1908, more than 100,000 silver coins were uncovered in what capital city of Belgium?
Brussels.
That's right. Richard Nixon met Leonid Brezhnev at Yalta almost 3 decades after Roosevelt had met at Yalta with Stalin. The moon named Dion is a natural satellite of what planet whose orbit is 6th from the sun?
Saturn.
That's right on the monitor. Simplify the expression, give your answer as an integer.
6.
Right. Although the daffodil and the jonquil have somewhat different blossoms, both flowers belong to a genus named for what mythical vain youth who spurned the love of Echo?
Narcissus.
That's right. William Faulkner considered the title Twilight for his 1929 novel about the Compson family, a book that eventually he gave what title derived from a phrase in Macbeth?
The Hamlet?
The Sound and the Fury. No, that's not it. While the Federalist Papers are full of references to ancient Rome, only once do they refer to what empire that in the 18th century extended from Cairo to Constantinople.
Ottoman?
Ottoman is right. So 7 out of 8 for Walkersville. 480 after your part of the round. Very good. 6 out of 8. 6 or 7 out of 8. Now it is the turn for Overlea, so this remains for Overlea. Number 2, and Kevin, Mark, and Aaron are up. Every year on the front steps of the National Archives in Washington, there is a ceremonial reading of what document ratified by the Continental Congress in 1776?
The Constitution.
The Declaration of Independence. No points. America's Cape Girardeau is not along a seacoast. It's a place along a river in what centrally located state that shares its name with the river called the Big Muddy?
Mississippi.
The Missouri, in this case, is the answer now. One ancient god who might have made a good auctioneer was what son of the Norse god Woden, who could have used both his hammer and his thunderous voice?
Thor.
That's right. On the monitor, what's the positive value of the expression on the monitor?
4.
That's right. Among the U.S. Army facilities in Panama is a base that was named for what Civil War general who declared war is hell when he marched through Georgia? That was Sherman. Now, a choice. A certain atom has 18 protons and 22 neutrons in its nucleus. What is the atomic weight of this atom? 4, 32, 40?
40.
That's right. Every kindergarten child knows that London Bridge is falling down. But what bridge that collapsed in Peru is named in the title of a novel by Thornton Wilder? Savoy Ray. Now, one type of cancer-fighting drug has been extracted from yew trees in the Idaho National Forest that's named... Now, do you want to try that? Named for the Nez Perce Indians, or that's right. So, Overlea 300, the end of the round. The end of the round. All right, let us take a look now at the score. Here's the score. Glenelg has 330. Walkersville, the lead, 480. Overlea, 300. All right. Grab bag free for all. 20 up for a right answer, 20 off for a wrong answer. The team whose light goes on first has a chance to answer. If you get my drift, you'll associate the phrase plate tectonics with what theory of global Walkersville?
Continental drift.
Continental drift, global geology. Fans of 1960s pop culture might recall that in '67, a top 10 record by James Kiefer had what numerical title identifying the standard body temperature for humans? Overlea.
98.6.
That's right. Palm Beach County, Florida has a notable golf course whose name echoes what metallic equine term that American Indians used to describe railroad? Overlea.
Silver horse?
Iron horse is the answer there, so 20 down. It was as far back as 1861 that baseball pioneer Henry Chadwick encouraged the use of what letter of the alphabet as a notation for strikeout? Walkersville.
K.
That's right. Choice. Non-green plants that live on dead organic Glenelg. Saprophytes are called dead organic matter. Saprophytes, 20 down. In 1917, General Pershing and his staff of American officers reached the beleaguered city of Paris. On what date, which is observed in the U.S. as Flag Day? Glenelg.
June 12th.
June 14th, so 20 down. As of the summer of '91, Anthony M. Frank occupied what post that made him the head of the U.S. Postal Service? Walkersville.
Postmaster General.
That's right. Among the novels by the Russian writer Dostoevsky is what book about the gentle Prince Mishkin, a novel whose title implies that Mishkin has a very low IQ? Walkersville.
The Idiot.
That's right. If two supplementary angles are in the ratio of 3 to 1, what is the number of degrees in either of the two angles? Walkersville.
45.
Or 135, is right. Ponce de Leon might have abandoned his search for the fountain of youth had he ever dined with the gods on what food supposed to give... Walkersville.
Ambrosia.
That's right. In 1990, V.S. Naipaul wrote a study of India with the title of that book claiming that India has experienced how many mutinies? A large total equaling 10 to the 6th power. Glenelg.
1 million.
1 million is right, and there is the end of the game. All right.
A day? Me?
I don't have the time.
Like 5?
Health experts recommend that we eat 5 fruits and vegetables a day. And it's easier than you think with Giant's Strive for 5 program. Look for our brochures. They have tips and recipes. Eating 5 a day is one of the most important changes you can make to improve your health.
Well, actually, 5 a day would be pretty easy.
Do you know what Apples for the Students Plus is?
Yeah.
Did you know the receipts are green this year?
Yeah.
You're pretty smart. Maybe you'd like to tell everyone about it.
Well, no way.
Okay, I'll try. Along with computers, Giant is awarding all kinds of other equipment free to area schools. So what do you think?
The Earth has more gravity than the moon does.
No. I mean about the program.
I think it's really neat.
Thank you and welcome back. Now I have the pleasure of introducing the Giant staffers. They'll present today's awards. And Glenelg, once again, we say thanks for bringing the Madrigal Singers. And Gerard, you're a good singer there, man. 310 points in the award for $200 presented by Monica Sparrow, cashier at the Village of Wild Lake Village Shopping Center in Columbia. Thank you very much. Edward, Gerard, and John Mark. And I know what I did. Actually, I went to you first, and I should have gone to Overlea first, so forgive me, our director. Here's the award that goes to Overlea. They have 300 points. There you go, Overlea. I'm the one who's making a mistake. And another award for $200, Monica Missel, cashier at the Golden Ring Plaza in Baltimore. Thank you very much, Kevin, Mark, and Aaron. Now I got it right. We've got the winning team right here in Frederick County, 600 points, Walkersville High. And the award for $250 is made by the always faithful, always present Pat Alexander from the Frederick Shopping Center, Westridge Square Shopping Center Giant in Frederick. So it means our winning team, Ann, Christopher, and Brandon, return in the next round of competition in a playoff match. Next week, we have another first-round match, Annapolis, Falston, and Bel Air. Happy holiday weekend, everybody. Thank you, parents and teachers. And now, come on up here.
It's Academic. Has been brought to you by Giant Food. Quality, value, and service. That's Giant, your place to save.